I think the most important point here is to lead by example. As leaders and employers, we can often impose and implement so many great strategies, but if we're not really behaving and leading by example, well, then it's not going to be effective. So, if you're one to promote work hard, play hard, but you're not really having a balance, and sending emails late at night, early in the morning, meeting deadlines that are perhaps unrealistic in terms of the turnaround times, well, then we're not really promoting that balance ourselves in terms of the expectations that we're setting. So, your team, as I mentioned, is your most valuable asset. They really set you apart. So it's so important to make sure that you're taking care of them, you're investing in them, and promoting a healthy work-life balance. So here's some key tips, some opportunities, right? We do have organizations that have wellness programs, call it Walking Wednesdays. We used to do this when we were in the office, but no reason why we can't sort of keep each other accountable with a walking lunch Wednesday. Maybe you can still be individuals that are in close proximity, meet up, social distance, just to kind of encourage that well-being, that physical well-being, and getting out away from your desk. The other piece is ensuring that your benefits programs meet the right demographic. If you've got an older demographic or perhaps a younger demographic that's in your employee base or a mix, you want to make sure that your benefits are reflective of their needs. So those who are younger perhaps are not, in terms of their needs, perhaps they want a more flexible work benefit program versus one that's more defined, that may be more suitable for an older generation depending on their circumstances, again, the needs of the employee base. The other thing is making sure that you're encouraging those breaks through the day. We often get stuck on Zoom calls, Zoom fatigue. We were tied and chained to our desk without a bio break even sometimes. So making sure that you're encouraging that break throughout the day or multiple breaks throughout the day so people can recharge, re-energize, and get that done. I have a friend of mine, her company, they're in a corporate environment. They basically shut down for 15 minutes once a week, Friday, 10 o'clock till 10:15, no one's available. Not that they put it out of office, but they shut down all the systems. So no one's allowed, they can't access anything. It forces the break almost. So depending on your organization, and how you can cover each other off, perhaps you promote something like that to make sure that individuals are encouraged to take that time away and rest and recharge. Also, making sure that you're staying connected to mental health and incorporating that as part of your work-life balance. What are you doing to continue team building? Just because we are working remote for some doesn't mean that we cannot still have connections. I was on a call with a client where they, simple, every Friday get together for lunch. They all kind of talk and we do little activities. The latest one was something simple as hangman. So, it's fun for all, or, we've had others that have had comedians, or they've had, trivia, things like that, to just kind of keep each other connected and participation going. Town halls, things to keep people engaged and talking to one another. And as I mentioned, you want to prevent that Zoom fatigue. So let people know that you don't always have to have the call on Zoom. If it's, something that we can address maybe just over the phone, that's okay too, right? There's really other people that need support. So you want to make sure that you're collaborating. If people are struggling, encourage them to collaborate with others because perhaps they have a personal circumstance and they need their team to carry them. There's that, that analogy of the V flock formation. We're all in it together. When the person in the front or that bird in the front is tired, it takes the back seat and someone else comes up and leads the flock. There's no reason why your team can't collectively work together to collaborate to get things done and support one another if they've got those good relationships. We want to understand, well, what happens, if strategies are no longer working? How do we know? I think it's important to do a pulse check. You want to ask your team, what's working, what's not, what can we do more of to support that balance for you? And this is not a call to make all these accommodations. It's really to seek input. Is something working? Could we be doing something differently? Should we have another wellness program? Should we incorporate other things? And encourage them to participate and be part of that solution. So, not only can you do all these great little things, as I mentioned, to incorporate some wellness, but we want to check in and see if those strategies are effective. Do they meet the needs? If not, ask. Thanks for listening to today's episode of HR Real Talk. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit the like button and leave us a comment below so we know what you think about it. Every week we'll be coming here, so don't forget to follow us to hear more about HR Real Talk and answers to your questions. For a free consultation, visit us at ldhr.ca. We'd love to hear from you. See you next week.